So you guys were going to kidnap John F. Kennedy Jr. and hold him hostage, and then they were going to let her go. And when they let her go, then you guys would let JFK Jr. go. And then
they would let him go.
They would let him go, and then somehow she would try to avoid being found by the U.S. government. Yes. I mean, this whole story sounds ridiculous.
Exactly. So her plan was we would go to Montenegro, which they didn't have an extradition treaty. So if it did work, she could have went to Montenegro and lived forever.
Okay.
But the thing of it is, how are you going to get to Montenegro? You know, it's not a feasible plan.
Right. The whole plan just sounds insane.
And that's what I tried to tell her.
Yeah.
But Griselda was hell-bent on going forward with it because, you know, she's possibly looking at the death penalty.
Yeah.
So what does she have to lose, according to her? In her words, what do I have to lose?
Okay, but at one point you actually did go along with it. She gives you $100,000.
Yeah, well, went along with as far as taking $100,000 to New York and some guns.
Okay. So you're actually going along with this plan. You're now implicating yourself.
Implicate myself
in a kidnapping of a major American figure, essentially.
To appease Griselda.
Appease Griselda. At what point do you like, okay, like this is crazy? Like, how did I go along
I said
with
that
this?
from the very beginning. It was crazy. You know, I even told her, I said, you know, Griselda, you know, you have too much money. We can fight him in court. I said, worst case scenario, I personally go and blow the DA's office up and destroy the records. You know, whatever I got to do. You know, so, but she was set on kidnapping Kennedy, which was a bad idea from the very inception of it.
Right. So you go out to New York with $100,000. You met up with Griselda's cousin, Christine.
Yes.
And 4 Colombian kidnappers.
Yes.
And then they started to actually scope out.
Yeah, well, we got a cargo van. We bought a cargo van.
And they actually came close to actually kidnapping him at one point, right?
They came very close. I mean, literally within the arm's distance away.
Yeah. I guess he was walking his dog, and then they were right there, and the dog went to go sniff one of the guy's feet or something, and they could have just snatched him up and then
sniffed the lady's feet.
Yeah,
because it was guys and then one lady.
Got it. But I guess a cop was nearby, so they didn't end up snatching him up.
Policemen on just routine patrol, just happened to be driving by.
Yeah. And this is before there's all types of cameras all through New York City.
Yeah, of course.
So you might be able to kind of get away with it, but not really, but still.
Of course.
Okay, but ultimately they called it off.
They called it off until the next day, but they never saw him again.
Aha.
So, and then, by this point, Griselda's indicted for three first-degree murders.
Aha.
You know, because of Reeves' testimony.